Welcome to Garage Hammer Tactics. Sean today. Today I'm going to do a army exhibit showcase, call it what you want. Basically I'm going to show off my 5,000 points of Blood Angels that I've painted in a year and 3 months. In that time I've had to train for a marathon. I've had a little baby daughter, so I've been busy while doing it, but I've also had a lockdown, 3-month lockdown, thanks to coronavirus, which has actually helped hobby quite a bit. Got quite a bit of painting done in that time. If you like what you see and check out our other bat reps that we've already completed, please like, subscribe and share our content. We much appreciate it. There will be more battle reps coming as soon as we're allowed. Currently coming out of lockdown 2 and going into tier 2, which means we can't have people indoors, and a garage counts as indoors apparently. Today the army is on our new display board, which is kindly made by Tom, another member of our team, and it looks really good. I really like it. And let's have a look at these Blood Angels. So here we are, my 5,000 points of fully painted Blood Angels, and this is our new display board. As you can see, we made use of the new map that GW recently put out. So starting off, we'll go straight to Sanguinius, and I actually painted him before the Lost and the Damned came out, and I actually managed to luck in and paint his spear as it's depicted on the artwork at the front of that book. At first I was a bit intimidated painting this model. Never really painted gold to this sort of level on a model, and I've never done angel wings or anything like that. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one. I just added a few like green and purples in, and just to give it some interesting colours on it. Moving on from that, I've got my Chaplains. I painted one in the Legion colours and one black, as the codex wasn't written yet, so it wasn't compulsory to be all in black for Chaplains. This guy I sort of converted and kish bashed out of the Betrayal of Calf, Battle of Calf box set Chaplain that you get. Just chopped him up a little bit and added a jump pack to go with my mass jump infantry. I got the Legion Praetor, just built him as stock. He was quite fun to paint. Managed to do a cheeky little transfer on the back of his cape, which was quite difficult to do. Never put a transfer on the back of the cape, it kept slipping all over the place. Also got Chapter Master Rowderon, which I've spoken about in the Blood Angel review, that he is an absolute tank and he is the best unit in this army for the points cost, in my opinion. With any good Blood Angel army, you need your Assault Marines. Their Rite of War plays into having Assault Marines to go with their fluff anyway, but it makes them very strong. So I like to run them in groups of 15. 10 seem to get picked off a little bit too easily, and you can then have 3 power axes in those 15s as well, which are very good at chopping up the opposition. My first Blood Angel unit that I started painting was actually a vet squad. So I used the older mark of Mark III to look like they've been around a bit longer, so they should be veterans. And I did all their trim gold instead of black, just to make them stand out and make them a bit more flamboyant, as they've earned the right to show off. What actually got me into Blood Angels were these boys right here, the Crimson Paladins. When these models were released and I saw them, I was like, yep, I need to paint those. So here we are, 5,000 points later. Another good one to have is Apothecaries. I tried to chuck all jump packs on mine. No, easy, just use the Sanguinary Guard on those ones, and that one I picked up on a Spares website, the old Mark II jump pack. So I tend to use the Mark II with the Dawnbreakers, as it's quite similar, the jump pack with the two exhausts. Dawnbreakers, I absolutely love them as a Blood Angels player. People who play them absolutely hate them, especially when they get the charge off. They will just wreck face. These are personal pet hate of Tom's. He doesn't like them. He's been on the wrong side of them a few times now. I wasn't the greatest fan of the flight stands, so I just built up the bases with a bit of cork to give them the heights here. I couldn't get accused of modelling to advantage or anything like that. And in hindsight, I think if I was to do them again, I'd probably build them up on slate. It'll make them quite heavy, but I just love the look of slate. I think it looks really natural. Bit more of the fast attacking slot. We got 2 Javelins, as you've got to take a fast attack slot with the fly or deep strike rule in Day of Revelation. Javelin's an easy fit for that role. As you can see, both got missile launchers, and I've actually done the assault cannons, which basically chopped off the end of the heavy bolter and got the out of production rotor cannons and stuck that on the end, and I think it fits quite well. I got the idea off the Outer Circle, actually. He was watching one of his videos and he said about it, and I was like, well, I'm stealing that, so thanks for mentioning that. And then more fast attack, the Incendia Dreadnought. Absolutely gorgeous model, and I actually used Sanguinius as base on this, as I thought, why not get him a bit more table time instead of just having him display in a cabinet or anything. So I pinned his foot, quite a hefty pin. As you can see, it's only just on there, little toe, and didn't want him to full snap off or anything, so I had to use a reasonable pin on that. And I thought the pose was quite good, looking like he's just about to slay the demon. The latest miniature that I've finished painting for the Blood Angels is the Lightning. Always sort of struggled to pop Spartans and the like, and Land Raiders. So one of these bad boys just fixes that, as I think we all know what they can do when you get them up with those cracking missiles. Got 2 Dreadclaws in the army as well. These, one carries my vets all the time, and another sometimes I use the Crimson Paladins in it. The Crimson Paladins do have deep strike, but I like to have them a little bit more safe and get them around, because if they scatter or what, they're in catch variety, they're not getting anywhere fast. So a nice transport does them quite well. Moving on to the big toys, I've actually got 2 Leviathans. I'm not that guy, I don't always take 2 Leviathans in a list. I think I've only used 2 Leviathans once, and that was against Sam's Demons, as demons deserve it, basically. As you might have noticed, actually, on all of my sort of power weapons, I've done a bit of a blue glow across the army. I've only actually used 3 colours to achieve that. It's just a base coat of a Stegodon green and then Temple Guard blue airbrushed on, bit of tape on either side so you can block off each side, so you essentially have to do each weapon twice, and then add in white to the blue as you fade up, and then just a little tip of pure white at the edges to make it look nice and hot. So Leviathan 1 is the actual dedicated Blood Angels one, with the assault cannons and all the heraldry all over it. Absolutely love this Leviathan. They've done a really good job on it. And the other one it's a good old standard one. And this one's got the Phosphex glued on. I call him a whack Leviathan, as he's got the AP2 on the Phosphex, the AP2 on the Graflux Bombard, and he's got the big punch as well. And some Volkites to at least give a Leviathan a little bit of range, as that does tend to let him down. And obviously, because of that, I've got one of these bad boys, Dreadnought Drop Pod, because you don't want to spend 300 odd points on something that's out of range of an Effervin and can get popped by one las cannon. You want to get it in hard and fast where you want it, and causing some devastation when it drops, and then gives the enemy something to think about in their back lines. I also got the Blood Angels Contemptor specific one. Again, absolutely love it. It's nice and fancy. And I did put, I don't know if you can see, but I did put some little red tears on there, because at the time of painting this, Sam was moaning about the Blade of Perdition and how salty he was, being really salty, so I did him some salty tears on that just for Sam, so I thought he'd appreciate that. And onto my last unit. It's a very strong unit, as I'm sure anyone who's had to face one is a Fire Raptor, and it's equipped with the auto cannons, as they're best for popping rhinos and light armor, as we all know. And we all know this gun will just rip through enemy troops off because it's got the AP3 goodness. Both aircraft I just tinted with Tamiya Clear Green on the canopies. Not actually painted inside, but I don't even know if you can see the bloke inside. But from the eye, he's just tinted green. You wouldn't be able to tell if he was painted or not. Transfers, I absolutely love Blood Angels transfers. I mean, that is just an awesome transfer. Absolutely brilliantly drawn, or however they make it. I don't know how they make it, but absolutely love them. So I think I've covered everything there, and I'll just go through everything again so you can just have another good look. I've taken Sanguinius out because I kept knocking him over. Don't want to break him, he's quite expensive. Really like the theme of Blood Angels, of how hard and fast they hit. Do find they're a bit of a glass hammer sometimes. If you manage to stop their charges early on and deplete their units, then it doesn't hit as hard, and soon enough they get whittled out and end up dying, as you might see in some of the back reps that have been produced already. One last look at Sanguinius. I hope what you've seen inspires you to paint up yourself some Blood Angels. So there we have it, 5,000 points of Blood Angels. Hope you like what you saw. I'll hopefully get them in a back rep soon. And please like, share and subscribe again. Thank you for all your support, and see you soon. Bye.